Hi, well, you know why you're here. Similar to last time, I beat a good bunch of levels. This time, on average, they were harder though. So that's a sign, I guess. The first 10 days, I beat Dyscalculia, Microtransactions, Clutterfunk, the population of North Dakota, the devil himself, the 2.0 update, COVID, 2 people, the Great Depression, the Alpha Trigger, my phone number, and dash spacebar climax, spacebar dash. Now let's see what else is ahead of us. Wow, looks like numbers. Let's continue. So I can contain my grind fury with 1R, you degenerates. This is a pretty tough insane demon that is inspired and partially created by Heinz, but mostly by Lugia. The part I struggled with the most, at least at the beginning, was the UFO around 65%. This did get better over time, but it was still not easy. The rest of this level is also pretty hard, especially the duel at 32. This part was probably the biggest choke point for me in the level, because I died to every single part of it like at least 5 times, which is pretty ridiculous considering I passed it less than 10 times. On top of the very high raw skill-based gameplay, there's a good bunch of memory. The memory is very manageable though. I did mostly enjoy this level, but it did get a bit tedious to play from 0. 6 minus out of 10. This trend of decent levels doesn't continue for long, sadly, but I give 0 G's.
Right mouse, the level alarm, hide your kids and all people with good taste.
0 G's given is a higher end Roy Mousey Easy Demon with some of the wackiest gameplay I've touched in any Easy Demon. The rainbows are very much here, but for once, they actually don't look that bad. Good job, Roy. You did like the minimum. The biggest flaw with this level is that it's way harder without LDM. The deco becomes so obtrusive and annoying. Like without LDM, this is a hard demon, but with LDM, it's an easy demon. It's ridiculous. I kind of enjoyed it, even though the balancing is really bad. I did beat it with LDM because I didn't want to be blind. The first half is not really that bad, but the second half carries most of the difficulty. Either way, I fluke it, so I can't really see how annoying it is. I got lucky on it. But I can imagine 0 G's given becoming a 0 out of 10 if you get stuck from 0 for a while. 4 out of 10. And if you think this level is any better than that, you really are on one. Speaking of 0 out of 10 levels, this is one of the worst levels I've ever played. 0 and 1 is a gimmicky and quirky medium demon with some of the worst built gameplay I've ever played. It doesn't really help that the first 10% is stupid easy either. Thankfully, it is actually pretty enjoyable, unlike the cube right after, which is extremely annoying. I like the gimmick on paper with the blue orbs that follow you on the top and on the bottom, but the execution here is bad. It's just bad, with a lot of very weirdly difficult timings using dash orbs right in the middle of the part. After that, you get to this very annoying and awkward timing part and a very consistent duel for some reason. I don't know, man. The part after though has some of the worst invisible blocks I've ever dealt with. I don't even have to explain, just look at the ship's movement here. Ridiculous. Easy spam parts, a short straight fly section right after, which combos very well into this 8-0 reject part. This goes right into a ball that works around 80% of the time, so it's pretty doable for this level standards. Right into this part that is way harder than it looks. Thankfully, the ending is just hard and not badly made at all, actually. One of the worst levels I've ever been, 2+ out of 10, because the beginning and the end were fine. Wow, this makes me want to go back to 1.9. Wait, this isn't 1.9 gameplay. Either way, the level is called 1.9 for some reason. Compared to the previous level, this is a masterpiece. In a vacuum, it's just okay. The balancing is awful, with the second half being significantly harder than the beginning. This ball duel specifically is very tough, with some awkward stuff here and there. I don't know if I would recommend this level, to be honest. I didn't hate it that much, but I didn't like it either. 4 out of 10. Though this level goes fast, I did not see one train. We are really on a shit streak, aren't we? This is an Excel level, which I historically don't like. This one is sadly no exception to the rule, though. I didn't enjoy this level whatsoever. That being said, it's not bad. It's just that I don't like Excel levels in general, and I especially don't if they are under hard demon difficulty. If you like longer levels, you will probably enjoy this, but I really didn't. 3+ out of 10. At least the level's temperature stayed at a very nice level, unlike 1326C, which for my freedom-loving Americans out there is this in, like, what the f do they use, Fruit Loop degrees? Either way, Jesus Christ, that's hot. Oh my god, this level looks so good. Sadly, the gameplay doesn't really get to the same level though. First parts aren't that hard, but it's quickly compensated for in the first drop parts. They're a bit weird, but they do get consistent, similarly to the ball and cube right after. The wave at 60 is very hard to see though, which is why it may become a choke point for a lot of people. Why did I go through that so quickly, you might ask? Well, because the duel right after this wave is terrible. It's really way harder than the rest of the level, and it isn't even that fun to play either way. It has a lot of dependency clicks, which I historically hate. So yeah, no, this part sucks. The duel right after, because of course there's another duel, is a lot better. It still has some of the issues mentioned before, but they are far less distracting and annoying than the first duel. The last part is very chokeable, but not badly made whatsoever. It's just very hard. I did not enjoy this level, despite it looking great. 4- out of 10. Beating this did make me feel 17 again. Wow, won't you look at that? I also hated this one, and for pretty much the exact same reason. Like, the first half is just okay, and then it has just this ass cheeks duel around the 50% mark, which just, oh, it doesn't work, and this is the worst example we've had so far of it. Specifically, 57% is a very good example of it, because this is the most inconsistent part I've ever played in any level I've ever played. Even in the winning attempt, look at how much I clipped the block here. It's pretty hard. The rest of the level is very average, but just that one duel ruins the entire level for me. 2+ out of 10. Eye warning for the next level, and I really mean that. This is the first ever level that has given me a headache after grinding it, and I have beaten some true pain before. It does seem like 10x is one of the hardest demons on the list though. This level is very fast and very input heavy, whilst also being, you know, pretty short. Also, yes, this level is out of order because it hurt my eyes, and I had to beat it later because of that. Don't worry about it, it doesn't happen again. This is how you make some good quirky gameplay. The first ball is very hard but manageable after a while. Some clicks become mind blocks here and there, but you could get through that after a while. This also goes for the cube right after, though it does have some very ass cheeks clicks that I died over 100 times to from zero. The UFO right after is the biggest offender of mind blocks though. The cube after it is just hard, with some clicks that never really become consistent, and you will die here multiple times from zero, and it's only very annoying. The waves after are actually not that bad, as long as you practice them plenty. Same goes for the last couple of parts. This level trolled me though, because I died over 25 times at the wave or past the wave. This is a contender for the unluckiest experience I've ever had on any level. This made me enjoy it, you know, far less than I actually would have, which is pretty sad. 6 out of 10. Thankfully, the next level will both be better and not an insane demon. Oh, for f***'s sake. This is one of the worst levels I've ever beaten. I know I've said that a couple of times already, but this one is a special case. This level is so supremely annoying. The first half I won't even discuss because it's a non-factor. There's nothing really hard besides the first practice run and trying to get through it once. The second half, on the other hand, oh boy, here we go. The wave is really easy to die to for some reason. The UFO after is just pretty hard, and if you get unlucky on the level like me, this bot will probably mind block you multiple times. This ship is free, but the timings right after are awful. If this looks chokeable, it's because they are. They never really become consistent, and I died here at least 30 times from zero. You like spam? No, that's too bad. This wave is really annoying. This ball right after is really difficult, and then this ending is awful because it's just a lot of timings and a lot of spam. Yeah, no. This level. 0+ out of 10. Got to the second half over 200 times. This level didn't exist before 2020 AD, so those were some good times. Wow, this list is bad. Jesus Christ. Because I also hated this one. I don't know if this level actually sucks or if I just got traumatized by 19 step, but either way, the second half is all the difficulty in this level once again. It's very straightforward until the ending, in fact, where it becomes memory for no good reason at all. I don't know, like, why it happens, despite me liking memory. I usually understand why memory is in a level. I really don't this time. I have no clue. It feels very out of place. I'm not a fan of this level whatsoever. 3 out of 10. I did get reminded the amount of time I will be grinding the alphabet levels is exactly 31 days. Wait, this is the first level I actually liked in like a decade, and that's mostly because I got lucky on it. Wow, this level is long, but at the same time, it's not that annoying. The duel at 50 is the exception, but it's not that bad. Decent little level, nothing more than that. 7 out of 10. I do miss annoying spam because I have imposter syndrome. Ah, yeah, there you go. 45 through 123 is weird. It's one of the most segmented levels on this entire list, with every part being spammy for some reason. The last half is also just wave spam, which is a choice, I guess. The biggest issue with this level is the middle parts, which are really annoying and awkward, but besides that, it's unremarkable in every single way. 7- out of 10. 28 days, 24 levels. That's not great unless you realize that most of them were harder insane demons. March is going to be different, but that's for next time.